So, let's talk about AS9100. If you're anywhere near the aviation, space, or defense industries, you know this is the gold standard for quality management. We're going to break it down, but not as some dry list of rules. We're going to look at it as a strategic guide for building a truly world-class organization.
I mean, this is the big question, right? In an industry where there is absolutely zero room for error, how do you make sure that every single part, every process, and every person is dialed in for safety and reliability? Well, AS9100 is the answer. It's designed to completely transform your idea of quality, moving it from just an inspection department in the corner to a strategic system that's woven into the very fabric of your business.
All right, here's our flight plan for this journey. We're going to walk through the major sections of the standard, and you'll see how each one logically builds on the last. So try not to think of this as a checklist, okay? Think of it as building a powerful engine for continuous improvement.
Okay, let's dive right in. We are going to frame this entire discussion around this cycle you see here: Plan, Do, Check, Act, or PDCA. Now, this isn't just some diagram to memorize. You have to think of it as the engine of continuous improvement that sits right at the heart of AS9100. It's what makes your quality system a living, breathing thing that's always learning and getting better. And it all starts with Plan.
Every great engine starts with a solid design, and that's exactly what this first phase is all about. This is our plan phase, and it's where we lay that absolutely critical foundation. We're going to build the core of our quality engine by first, understanding the world we operate in, and second, cementing leadership's role in driving the entire system.
So, Section 4 is your strategic launchpad. It basically forces you to lift your head up from the day-to-day and actually look around. You have to ask, what are the external issues out there, market trends, new regulations, our competitors, that affect us? And what's going on internally, our company culture, our tech, that we need to think about? And then, who are our interested parties? And this is key. It's not just your customers. It's regulators, suppliers, your own employees. This section makes you answer the huge questions. Why are we here, and who do we serve?
And here's why this is such a big deal. So many companies fall into this trap where the quality system feels like this separate bureaucratic thing you have to do for an audit. Section 4 blows that idea up. It connects every single quality decision back to your business strategy. It ensures your quality management system isn't just there to pass audits. It's a powerful tool designed specifically to help you win in the marketplace. It anchors quality right to your core mission. Which leads us perfectly into Section 5, Leadership. And let me tell you, this clause right here is one of the most powerful in the whole standard. It says, in no uncertain terms, that quality is not the quality manager's job. It is the direct responsibility of top management. Leaders have to take accountability, they have to provide the resources, and they have to make sure quality is part of the core business. We're talking visible, active commitment. Without that, the engine we're building, well, it never even starts. Okay, so the engine block is designed and leadership is on board. Now we move to the next part of our plan phase, creating the detailed blueprints and, just as importantly, fueling the engine. This is all about looking ahead, anticipating risks, and making damn sure we have all the resources we need, the people, the tools, the infrastructure, ready to go.
This slide just nails the fundamental shift in thinking. On the left, that's the old way, right? Constantly reacting, putting out fires. On the right, that's the AS9100 way. Section 6 introduces this idea of risk-based thinking. So instead of waiting for something to fail and then asking why, it forces you to think what could go wrong here and what opportunities could we jump on. This is a total game changer. It shifts your whole organization from being reactive to being proactive and preventative. It's way more efficient and a heck of a lot safer.
Then you've got Section 7, which is all about support. Think of this as the fuel, the oil, and the maintenance crew for your quality engine. Do you have the right people for the job? Is your building, your equipment, your infrastructure up to snuff? And it goes deeper. Are your people truly competent? And here's a big one. Are they aware? Do they get why their job matters for quality and product safety? From a leader's point of view, this is where you make sure you've put your money where your mouth is and actually provision the system for success.
All right, the planning is done. The foundation is set. Now we move from the drawing board to the shop floor. We are officially entering the do phase of our cycle. This is where all that hard planning gets put into motion. And it kicks off with detailed operational planning and getting absolutely crystal clear on what the customer wants.
Now, remember how Section 6 was about big picture strategic risk? Well, this clause, 8.1.1, brings risk management right down to the ground level. This is about the specific risks of actually making your product. What could go wrong on this machine? What's the risk if we use this new supplier?
This section also has some incredibly important requirements, like ensuring product safety and something that is a huge deal in aerospace, having solid processes to prevent counterfeit parts from ever entering your system.
You know, probably the #1 reason projects fail is just a simple misunderstanding right at the very beginning. Section 8.2 is your defense against that. It requires you to have a formal process to review and confirm what the customer wants before you sign the contract. It forces you to ask, do we really, truly understand what they're asking for, and can we actually do it? Getting this right saves you a world of pain, rework, and angry customers later on.
We're going deeper into the do phase now, and we're zeroing in on two of the most critical functions in any aerospace company. First, how you design your products, and second, how you manage the massive network of suppliers you depend on.
If you design anything, Section 8.3 is basically your Bible. It gives you a super structured framework for the whole design process. Now, this isn't about killing creativity, it's about channeling it through a disciplined system. You start with clear inputs, you apply tough controls like reviews and testing, we call it verification and validation, and you produce clear outputs like drawings. And maybe most important of all, you have a rock-solid process for controlling any changes to that design.
Okay, the main idea in this section is incredibly simple, but it's profound. You are 100% responsible for the quality of every single thing you buy from someone else. Period. Section 8.4 gives you the tools to manage that huge responsibility. It says you have to pick your suppliers carefully, tell them exactly what you need, keep an eye on their performance, and then check the stuff they send you to make sure it's right. In aerospace, your system is only as strong as its weakest link, and this section is all about making sure that supply chain is rock solid.
And this is it. This is where the magic happens, the very heart of the do phase. The design's done, the parts are here from the suppliers, now it's time to actually build the thing. These next sections are all about controlling the production process, handling things when they go wrong, and the final release of your product.
This slide gives you a taste of the incredible detail required on the factory floor. Section 8.5 gets really specific. We're talking clear work instructions for every task, validating what we call special processes, things like welding or heat treating, where you can't just measure the part to see if it's good. It even gets into preventing foreign object debris, FOD, which is a huge safety issue, and making sure every single part can be identified and traced through its entire life. It's all about building a process that is repeatable, controlled, and delivers quality every single time.
Look, no matter how great your systems are, things will go wrong sometimes. It's just a fact. A part gets made a little out of tolerance, a test fails. Section 8.7 is the playbook for what you do next. The keyword is control. This isn't about blaming people or hiding mistakes. It's about having a disciplined process to grab that bad part, put it in quarantine, and make a formal decision about what to do with it. The absolute #1 priority is containment, making sure that a bad part never ever gets to a customer by accident.
So, we've built our engine and we've taken it for a drive. The do phase is done. Now we hit the final and maybe most important stages of the PDCA cycle: check and act. This is where we look at the dashboard to see how our engine is running, we analyze all that data, and then we make the tune-ups to make it run even better.
Think of Section 9 as your system's dashboard. It's all about monitoring, measuring, and analyzing your performance. Are we hitting our quality goals? How's our on-time delivery? What are customers telling us? All of this data gets funneled into the management review. This isn't just another meeting. It's a critical checkpoint where top leadership has to look at the real data and assess the health of the entire quality system.
And finally, we get to Section 10, the act phase. This is what closes the loop and makes the whole PDCA cycle so powerful. It's about taking action. When something goes wrong, you don't just fix it. You dig down to the root cause and put in a corrective action so it can never happen again. But it's more than that. You also have to proactively look for ways to get better. You use the data from your dashboard to constantly tune the engine, making it smarter, faster, and more effective over time.
So as you can see, AS9100 is so much more than just a certificate you hang on the wall. It's not some destination you get to and then you're done. It is a powerful engine for continual improvement. And when it's really embraced by leadership, when it's really part of your strategy, it becomes the driving force behind incredible performance, unmatched safety, and real lasting success.